Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 4 on the topic PLL. This topic is in a unit 3 of paper PPH 4801. PLL is one monolithic IC. It is a phase lock loop. This phase lock loop is known as a PLL. PLL became very popular in 1930 when it was used in a radar synchronization and communication system. This technique, electronic frequency control, is very useful nowadays in a radar communications, in a airborne navigation systems, satellite communications. It is very useful in a frequency modulation systems and computers. Now I am discussing the block diagram of the PLL phase lock loop. I am discussing for IC number 565. Is a monolithic IC, is very inexpensive IC. It has a 4 block. The PLL consists of 4 blocks. First block is known as a phase detector. Second is the low pass filter. Third is a error amplifier. Fourth is a voltage control oscillator. Voltage control oscillator. It is called VCO. This is your also known as a phase detector, or you can say comparator. This is the block diagram. First block is a phase comparator. Second block is a low pass filter circuit. Third block is known as a error amplifier. And output of the error amplifier is given to the another block which is known as a voltage control oscillator. And the output of VCO is given back to the phase comparator. Now we are discussing the function of each component. See, this is the input signal having a frequency fs. VCO, I am discussing first for VCO. VCO is a voltage control oscillator. It's a free running multi-vibrator. It's operate at frequency FO. So this generates the frequency FO that I am writing here. FO. FO is a free running frequency. FO is a free running frequency. The frequency FO is determined by timing capacitor and resistor R. So frequency FO you can change by changing the external component RNC. The frequency FO can also be changed by applying a small DC voltage at the particular pin of the VCO. As you change the VC voltage, some DC voltage given to the VCO pin, certain pin, then the frequency FO will be changed. Frequency FO can be shifted in either side by applying a small DC voltage, and this deviation in a frequency FO, the deviation in a frequency FO depends upon the VC voltage. This voltage I am writing VC, which is the output of the error amplifier. As this voltage is changed, the frequency is changed. Okay, and the deviation in the frequency depends upon this voltage VC. Hence, this is called voltage control oscillator. This is the information about the VCO. Second, I want to discuss for phase comparator. Phase comparator. Phase comparator is one kind of multiplier. Phase comparator compare the frequency and phase of the incoming frequency Fs and frequency FO of the VCO. So this block compare the frequency and phase of Fs and FO, and here output is produced the sum and difference of the Fs and FO. Means here output is nothing but I can write FO plus Fs and FO minus Fs. So phase comparator compare the phase and frequency of the incoming frequency Fs and the frequency of the VCO FO. As a result, here sum and difference of the frequency are produced. Already I told you this is one kind of multiplier. With the help of low pass filters, the high frequency component is removed. So we will get here the signal having a bit frequency FO minus Fs, and the DC voltage is produced by this amplifier. This amplifies the small bit frequency FO minus Fa, and this voltage is produced the VC. VC is given to this voltage, DC voltage is given to the VCO. Hence the frequency of FO changes, because you know that frequency FO depends upon the voltage VC. And or you can say that this VC change the frequency of FO towards the incoming frequency Fs and try to reduce the difference between the two signals. Try to reduce the frequency difference between the two signals Fs and FO. So VC try to change the frequency of VCO in such a direction. As a result, the difference between these two Fs and FO reduces. This is called capture start. Means signal is in a capture range. This is called once this start, once this process start, then it is called the capture start. Signal is in a capture range. The incoming signal is in a capture range. See carefully here. Initially frequency is FO. When this start comparing, you will get the FO minus Fs at the output of low pass filter. It is amplified, and this VC change the frequency FO now. So you can say this signal is in a capture range, and at every cycle this frequency change, and this VC try to reduce the difference between the incoming frequency and frequency FO. When FO will be equal to Fs, then it is called PLL is locked. When FO is equal to Fs, then it is called locked. Try to understand what I am telling you. Once FO changing, then this process will be continue. Process will be still continue. In every cycle, FO will be changed and the VC voltage try to reduce the frequency difference between Fs and FO. When FO will be equal to Fs, then you can say the circuit is locked. Frequency of FO depends upon VC. So this VC change the frequency of VCO and try to reduce the frequency difference between Fs and FO. When incoming frequency Fs is not equal to FO, then some error voltage is produced at the output of low pass filter. This error voltage is amplified by the error amplifier and it produces the voltage VC, and this VC change the frequency FO till the Fs will be equal to FO. When Fs will be equal to FO, then circuit is said to be locked and PLL track the change in the input signal frequency. Once it is locked, once Fs and FO will be equal, then circuit is said to be locked and PLL IC track the change in the input frequency Fs. The entire process of PLL can be divided in a three part. From this discussion we can say that the PLL passes through the three stage. First stage is free running, means as you switch on it produces the frequency FO. Second, capture start, it is called capture range. When capture start, when frequency of VCO start to change, means the input signal is in capture range. Third is your, you can say it is locked, or you can say it is in a tracking range. What it is range? It is in a tracking range. It is in a tracking range. I think you understand this much discussion. Now I am discussing capture transient. I am discussing the capture transient. This is, I am showing you the output of the low pass filter. This is the input frequency range F. Listen now, as the capture start, the small DC voltage is developed here. Small DC voltage is developed like this. You can say small DC voltage is developed in this way. As suppose I am starting, this is your capture range. Small DC voltage is developed like this. Okay. Having a bit frequency FO minus Fs. This is small DC voltage. Means why I am using a DC? Because FO minus Fs is very less, bit frequency is very less, so I can use a word like this, FO minus Fs. And as a result, this small DC voltage is amplified by the error amplifier, and that produce the signal VC, and this signal change the frequency of VCO, and this frequency towards the Fs, and this difference try to reduce. So this is every time it is like this. Once this compare this to FO minus Fs is produced. So this produce the FO minus Fs. Here this, due to this high frequency component is removed. So this error amplifier produce the error voltage with having a DC voltage with a small frequency bit FO minus Fs, and this change the FO and try to reduce the difference between these two, and this process is continue. At every successive cycles, the difference between these two FO minus FS will be reduced. FO minus the difference FO minus FS will be reduced. When FO will be equal to FS, then your this is reduced. See, you can see it is reduced like this. It is reduced. You can say FO minus FS is reduced means what? This difference is reduced means what? The frequency F is reduced. It means what? Periodic time increases. So that I am showing you. I think you understand by this way. This periodic time increases, and gradually at every cycle it is happening, and when it is FO will be equal to FS, then this is called lock. What is called lock? So you will get the zero output voltage at the, you can say here, zero output voltage at the low pass filter, and the circuit is said to be lock. This is your lock, you can say. Here F start in range, F in range, you can say. So someone say, sir, Fs is too much greater than FO, then what will happen? Then you will get this unlock. PLL does not respond. Does not respond. Those who have done this experiment, they have seen that if FO frequency is 4.2 kilohertz, if your input frequency is very far than the FO, then there does not response of PLL that you have seen in practical. I will also put the word practical on Moodle platform, then you can see the what is happening. So when Fs is too much greater than FO, then PLL does not respond, and as it is this Fs is too much greater than FO, this does not respond. As this is coming toward the FO, then this is your remove by low pass filters, and FO minus Fs will be appear at the output of low pass filter, and this produce the error amplifier, produce a small DC voltage with having this bit frequency FO minus Fs, and this change the FO, and again this process will be continue till FO will be equal to Fs. So in this sense I can say that low pass filter control the capture range. What is the low pass filter? Control the capture range. When Fs is greater than FO, then PLL does not respond. Okay. You can say also that tracking range is larger than the capture range. Tracking range is larger than the capture range. Now let us discuss certain definition. Locking range. Once PLL is locked, it tracks the changes in a input frequency. It tracks the changes. It tracks the changes in a incoming input frequency. The range of frequency over which PLL can maintain the lock. The range of frequency over which PLL maintain the lock with incoming input frequency signal is called locking range. The range of frequency over which PLL can maintain the lock with incoming input frequency is called locking range. Locking range is always represented by percentage of free running multivibrator frequency FO. The locking range is always represented as a percentage of the frequency F. Second definition is capture range. The range of frequency over which PLL can acquire the log with incoming input frequency signal Fs is called capture range. The range of frequency over which PLL can acquire the log with incoming input signal Fs is called capture range. Capture range is also expressed as a percentage of FO. Locking range is also expressed as a percentage of FO, and capture range is also expressed as a percentage of FO. Third definition is pulling time. The total time taken by PLL to establish the lock. The total time taken by PLL for establishing the lock is called the pulling time. The total time taken by PLL to establish lock is called pulling time. Pulling time depends upon the phase and frequency difference of Fs and Fo. It depends upon overall loop gain. It also depends upon the filter characteristics. In the next lecture, we will discuss the phase detector. There are two types of the phase detector. One is analog phase detector and second is digital phase detector. Here I am giving the end of your lecture.